Welcome to the studio, ladies and gentlemen. So tonight I am going to paint this cute little tree frog here. I've already got my drawing done. So there it is. I've drawn this on Strathmore 500 series water paper. Here are the paints I'm going to use. They're in the palette that I've been using recently. If you've seen any of my videos, you've seen this palette. They are all M gram paints. There it is in the palette cam right in the corner. There's all the colors that I'm going to be using. I will talk a bit more about these as I start to pull them out of the palette. The last thing we need to talk about are paint brushes, and here are the ones I'm using for this video. These are my new Zen Black Tulip paint brushes. This one is a size 8. And with that, let's get going. Okay, I'm mixing up a little bit of new gamboge here and putting into that a little bit of phthalo green to make a nice bright vivid green color for the skin of this little guy. And I'm just going to fill in everything on him that needs to be green. Now that I've got a little base color of green on this guy, I'm going to put a little bit of turquoise in for the blue on his arms and a little bit on the lower part of his body. There it goes. All right, I'm mixing up a little bit of orange, and I want a nice vibrant really orange that's going to pop. So what I'm using is a little pyrrole red and a little azo orange, and that's going to make a pretty bright orange here for the pads of his feet. A little bit of straight pyrrole red just for his eyes. And after adding a little bit of color to his underbody there, I'm just going to go back and start to darken up and add some dimension to his body, just wherever I think it needs to be, around his back, the top and side of his eye socket, a little bit on the outsides of his legs. Okay, and now I'm mixing up a bit of a stronger orange to do the same thing that I just did for his body with his toes and his feet, just to strengthen the shadow side of all these. And then I'm going to blend this out just a little bit. Okay, now I'm just looking at my reference image and I see that the blue, the turquoise that I'm using, is quite a bit darker than my initial wash of that blue. So I'm just going in and darkening that value. Okay, I've got a mixture of a couple of neutrals here, and I'm just going to draw that dark line around the outside of this guy's eyeball. As it turns out, this is my least favorite part of this painting. I don't know why this didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. It's just a simple black line, but I'm not wowed about this. If I do this painting again, I think I'm going to do this a slightly different way. But it's on there, and we're going to let it go, and we're going to deal with it. Okay, we're at that point in the painting where we need to go back and look at the values that we have on our painting, and anything that has lightened too much as it's dried, we need to go back in and re-darken and retouch up. So a lot of what we're going to do from here on out is just looking at our reference photo and looking at our painting and making little adjustments. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm really just adding or re-darkening the darks that are on here to try to make the lights seem that much lighter. This frog, unlike the other frogs I've painted, I don't think can stand alone on a white background. I've got to paint that leaf he's on. So I'm just mixing up a bit of phthalo green, a little bit of olive green, and a little bit of yellow to make a nice leafy green color. And I'm going to just lay that down all the way around this guy. having finished with the leaf that he's on, I'm just looking at the picture, trying to redarken some of the areas that I think need it, maybe add just a little bit detail here and there, and we are closing in on the end of this painting. One last thing I need to do, I need to paint his pupils, so I'm going to mix up a little paint and drop a little dot right in the center of where his pupil would be to test it. It seems a little bit too wet still. You didn't notice it really, but I've just let that painting dry for about 10 minutes, and I'm back to finish up his eyeballs. Okay, I think I've got just about everything I want to do done with this painting. What I need to do are add a few highlights. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I've grabbed my white gel pen and I'm just going to make a few marks here and there where the light is really glinting off of this guy's skin, which is of course slightly damp and really shiny. That's all there is for me. I'm going to sign this guy and call him done. I hope you enjoyed painting with me. I enjoyed painting with you. See you next time in the studio. If you do like the video, please hit the subscribe button below. Leave a comment if you like. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, thanks so much and bye-bye.